Hi, kindergarten class. Today, we are going to be working back on our leaf drawings. So last time we came together, we did some leaf rubbings, and we used the flat crayons like this that's been peeled, and we put our leaf underneath, and then we rubbed it really good using the side of our crayon and not the point of our crayon. And so today, we're going to come back in, and we are now going to cover this with some blue paint. Now, Mrs. Myers has some blue paint right here. It's just a little shallow cup of blue paint. And we have a brush. Now, there are some rules for painting. Number one, we do not put paint where it doesn't belong. So, are we going to paint on our table? No, we're just going to paint on our paper. Are we going to paint on our hands? Nope, we're going to just paint on our paper. So, we're only going to put paint where it belongs, which is on our paper. And we also do not want to give our paintbrushes bad hair days. Now, if you look at this one does not have a bad hair day. A bad hair day looks like it's been kind of pulled apart and like kind of really rough looking. It might look like that. Does everybody see how the hair is really bad? And we don't want a bad hair day. We want a nice, beautiful hair day. So if you have a bad hair day, what you're going to do is you're going to put it back into the watery paint, and you're just going to kind of smooth it. So you're going to take your paint brush and just kind of very gently swipe it so all the hairs are back together. That is how we treat our paintbrushes. So no bad hair days for our paintbrushes. And then we are going to start painting. So we have paint in our paintbrush, and we're going to just start painting this right over top of it. Now if you look, what is happening? Because if you look really carefully, you see some of the crayon does not get covered with the paint. This is called a crayon resist. It's because crayons are made out of wax, and wax does not like the paint, and so it'll go around it. So a lot of times you go paint over it and it will not go on top of it. Now if you look, I have a paper towel underneath, so that way when I go to the edges, I can just go like that and not have to worry about it. And I'm going to cover this whole paper with blue. So I'm just going to work my way back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and cover the entire artwork with blue paint. So I'm just really very dipping it very carefully and just covering it very gently. And the more leaves you have on your project, the cooler the artwork will look. All right. Now, if you put a lot of paint on it, like you make a big old puddle, you might have to get a paper towel, and you might have to do something called blotting. It's where you take the paper towel and you will just kind of go right over top of it and kind of rub it gently. You don't want to have your paint go all over the place. Then when you are done painting the whole thing, then what you are going to do is take this to the drying rack. So you'll take this to the drying rack, and usually I have one person who will be my helper for that. I'm blotting it just a little bit so it kind of dries it out. All right, and so then you get this really cool effect where the crayon is showing even though I painted it all blue. Pretty fun.